82 pounds. He is the best technical wrestler in the world, the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham. His opponent to my left from Boston, Massachusetts. Weighing in at 219 pounds, one half of the Wolves, Eddie Edwards.
Bye.
Fans Beyond Wrestling, this is Denver, Colorado, the man not the place, calling the action alongside JT Dunn, a Beyond Wrestling showcase match here at Women's Wrestling Revolution. Two of the best male competitors, the independent wrestling scene, a first-time ever match, and did you ever think that you'd see Eddie Edwards wrestling here once again at Fet Music?
I absolutely did not, but I am for certain the biggest Eddie Edwards fan in the world right now.
Of course, sometimes interesting opportunities fall into your lap. This match put together at the very last minute. We're going to be seeing Jonathan Gresham one-on-one, first time ever, against Eddie Edwards, two of the very best technical wrestlers on the planet. But Jonathan Gresham fancies himself as the greatest, and it's hard to argue after competing in...
I'll argue it right now.
Well,
I physically dominated this man to the point where he vomited in a professional wrestling ring.
And yet somehow he was the best of the best 2016 winner, and I don't even believe that you were invited into the tournament.
Oh, ooh, okay. All right, that's not the story I heard. But I'm curious tonight to see how the crowd that have come out to see all the women are going to take to the... I mean, we're going to see a showcase. We're going to see professional wrestling. No doubt about
Wrestling
that.
is wrestling. Men or women, wrestling is wrestling.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's interesting because once we announced the match, one fan online said, "Oh, it's the piss break match."
No way.
Which, no, it's funny. You know, it's funny though how the roles have been reversed. You know,
Yes.
a lot of times you see a
But
women's
you know
wrestling
what?
event.
Good for us.
A lot of
Good
times,
for
a lot of
us.
times you see a men's wrestling event in the women's match with the token match on the
And
card.
I hate that.
And you know, obviously this isn't just the tokens men match. It's just again, it was an interesting
Tokens
opportunity.
Men match. Can you post that as that? That's a good one.
No, because I don't want to undermine. Just like we would never say that about a women's match to undermine the ability of the women.
Yeah,
We'd never say that about a men's match because this is
Girls
two
beat me
of
all
the
the
very.
time.
I mean, this show has been phenomenal so far. If for some reason you were just seeing this match in isolation, I certainly urge you to check out Women's Wrestling Revolution. But
where can they check it out?
Oh, yet to be announced. If I'm
I
doing
got you. You weren't prepared for that
If I'm
one.
doing live commentary, I will decide by the end of the night, but not right now.
Now you're on the spot. You got 24 hours. Give us a website so we can see.
The raw
Gresham
footage will definitely be uploaded at youtube.com/beyond-demand. As far as distribution beyond that, perhaps to the highest bidder. Honestly, whoever can put the most eyeballs on these phenomenal female athletes. I mean, that match between LuFisto and Kimber Lee that we just saw is just one of the best matches you're going to see all year, men or women. So, and just coming fresh off of WrestleMania weekend, where so many of the best wrestling talents in the entire world were congregated in one place, and we've been lucky to do that.
In this building right now.
Exactly, we've been lucky to replicate that 1 week later here in Providence, Rhode Island, where you know, me and you together. We're able to establish something real nice in this building with Beyond Wrestling.
Sure are.
And now, hopefully, we can replicate that same thing by establishing something new and different in Women's Wrestling Revolution.
I admit, for all records, I'm very happy that this is a thing that's happening in Providence.
It's important. I think it's very important, not just for Providence, but all of New England and all of professional wrestling, honestly.
Hell yeah.
If
and maybe
there's
some
more
of these
places,
fans here, because they are women's wrestling fans, maybe they're not familiar with these two.
And that's exactly.
They're experiencing this for the first time.
I can tell you that there's some people that have come through the doors here today at Fet Music that have never seen a Beyond Wrestling live event before. So
that's incredible.
You know, I can't imagine that there's too many people that are fans of women's wrestling exclusively that won't check out the men's wrestling. But just as the fans have shown respect for the female competitors, we're seeing that same type of respect for Eddie Edwards and Jonathan Gresham.
I love everything about this right now.
Enough about Women's Wrestling Revolution. Let's talk about the match at hand. Jonathan Gresham, Eddie Edwards. I mean, these two
throwing holds back and forth, pins, can't get him. A couple of takedowns. I'll give him that. That was a sweet kip up. That was sweet. Doesn't make him the best technical wrestler in the world, but sweet nonetheless.
I think sometimes Eddie gets overlooked because I think fans and other wrestlers alike consider him a tag team wrestler because obviously His tag team alongside Davey Richards, the Wolves, is one of the very best tag teams of the last decade, if not ever.
Yeah.
Seriously, like what an incredible tag team.
Uh-oh.
Knock that off.
They're talking about him throwing up. That's what they're talking about. They don't want Eddie to throw up.
Yeah, a couple of
think,
those chops placed in the right spot.
Absolutely.
You might not have much of a
Gresham,
choice in the matter.
I think Gresham's really dictating the pace right now.
You almost wonder if Eddie is lulling him to a false sense of security, though, or if Gresham is just that damn good.
I can say from experience, man, he lulled me right in, and he got me. He suckered me right in. I thought I can get in there and just out-wrestle him, and he's smart enough to he puts himself in positions where you take the bait, and he just suckers you right in. And once that onslaught starts on your chest, it's kind of hard to get back to your momentum and get back into your groove. He just kind of throws you out of rhythm.
I think as a professional wrestler, anytime you're in a match, and correct me if I'm wrong, you want to definitively defeat your opponent if the opportunity presents itself. It does not always, and sometimes all it takes is 3 seconds to pick up that victory. You may not have definitively defeated your opponent, but you still won the match. And, you're talking a lot of trash on Gresham. I think that's what happened with you.
He got lucky.
Back at Beyond Wrestling, territorial pissings. But now he has bested both members of Death by Elbow.
He has, man.
Getting back to the action in the ring, Jonathan Gresham going behind Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards grabbing a hold of the arm, Gresham trying to find a counter.
Beautiful. Beautiful switch through.
Eddie holding on.
It's all the little things that Edwards possesses where he's able to manipulate you. And look at Gresham with that overhand hook.
Yeah, I think Eddie is like perennially underrated, like one of the best technical wrestlers ever, and one of the best tag team wrestlers ever. But I don't think that his one-on-one ability should be overlooked. His technical prowess is virtually second to none.
Absolutely, and I have high regard for Edwards and what he's able to do in the ring, and Gresham's keeping up with him right now, man. If not besting him at times.
I feel like Biff gets all the credit. But like, hello, Eddie Edwards beat you just as many times.
Tons of holds exchange. There it is.
Just as
Good
me and
block.
you were lucky to secure Fet Music as a venue, it was then Biff Music and Eddie Edwards that then popularized Fet Music as a destination to watch professional wrestling. That's why what we're doing today with the Women's Wrestling Revolution is so special. Beyond Wrestling holding our final event here at Fet Finale back in December of 2015. But we're presenting a little Beyond Wrestling showcase. Again, when an opportunity like this falls in your lap, I mean, this is probably going to be the last time we ever see Eddie Edwards in a Beyond Wrestling ring. First time ever meeting. Well, I
just get real sad.
I'm sad, but I'm super happy that Eddie is making the type of money that he can wrestle exclusively for an organization like TNA Impact Wrestling. He absolutely deserves it.
He deserves it. I mean, in a win over a guy like that for Gresham today, I mean, he luckily got beat Death by Elbow, but I mean, a definitive win here over Eddie Edwards in the same weekend as a best of the best championship win. It's incredible, man. I mean, that would be
that's the type of 1-2 punch that skyrockets you. Eddie trying to control the head, controlling the body, slowing things down.
Best of the best. You know he's in prime condition right now, man.
This is where I'm going to disagree with you. He's in prime condition in terms of his visibility, mentally. Physically, he's probably in the hole because he wrestled 3 times last night. He looked exhausted when I talked to him today. Sometimes you get that adrenaline rush and you can put it all together, but
if he's able to get that all together, man, that's going to be dangerous. It's going to be very dangerous.
The longer this match goes, the more it's going to favor Eddie Edwards, no doubt. And now just bridging like that. Now we see a potential submission predicament. This isn't just the type of hold you use to wear down your opponent. This is the type of hold you use to beat your opponent.
Come on.
Now, how often do you see Jonathan Gresham in a hold, and instead of being able to find a counter, he has to find an escape? Exactly.
I thought he was going to have a counter.
So now we're starting to see.
In training to, there it is.
Eddie Edwards, his onslaught is taking its toll.
I was going to say, in preparation for my match with Gresham, I watched it and I realized that he has a counter for every counter on top of a counter. It's really hard to bait him into that. And Eddie was able to get him to use the ropes.
Now, Eddie laid 10 chops, just having a little bit of fun with the fans. But I don't think that was almost disrespectful to his opponent, Jonathan Gresham. Saying, is that all you got? Come on, man. Wow, look at that right there.
Counter for counter, man. There he is.
Gresham did not look to shake hands. Instead, he looked for an opening, and just like that, already back flat back on the mat. I don't think that's an expression. I wish it would be. And now some of the fans turning on Eddie Edwards. Unbelievable. You never know what's going to happen here at Fet Music. What a special
What do you
venue.
got going on here? Oh, I thought he was going to be able to pull him back. He had those arms crowbarred around his jaw. Rolling, goes opposite side.
You know what I love about today's show? It's like all the fans that wanted to be here turned up.
Yeah.
And they turned up just for wrestling. Sometimes you get people that want to come and drink and see dudes get hurt.
It's not very
chicks
often
get
you
hurt,
come to a
but-
show and everybody's in the crowd smiling and they're all.
We saw a standing
Nobody's
ovation after the
texting
last
right
match.
now.
Exactly. We saw a standing ovation after the last match.
Yeah, we did.
Unbelievable. And I have a feeling, no time limits in Women's Wrestling Revolution or Beyond Wrestling. We may just be getting started with this Jonathan Gresham versus Eddie Edwards encounter. We saw Eddie Edwards go 60 minutes with big music. That felt like a moment. It did not feel like an hour.
Oh, yeah.
You close your eyes and that match is going. One of the greatest professional wrestling contests that I've ever had the privilege of calling.
Great switch weave underneath. So, Gresham takes off. Avoids with a drop down. Nice leapfrog, exchanging leapfrogs. Look at this sequence. A drop down, baseball slide. Nice pass by to avoid him. Right into a nice headlock takeout. Oh, incredible switch out. Oh, can't run no more.
You think Gresham picked his target right there? Look at that, though. All that running around, he can't even capitalize. He was able to take Edwards
So
off his feet.
and he's fatigued. That was the moment he needed to be able to capitalize on it. He doesn't have that gas right there.
I mean, you can spend as many hours as you want in a gym, but you need that recovery period. And Jonathan Gresham, I mean, one night's sleep and having to get up early to go from, central Pennsylvania to come out to Rhode Island, it's not enough recovery time. I'm sorry.
Definitely not. I mean, he's had control
I believe
for a second.
I believe he bested your former partner, David Starr.
He did, man. He's run the gauntlet. He's run the gauntlet, and on paper, he's got success.
Look at that,
He's
able to
gonna be
get out of
looking
the way.
for it
Not
right
even
now.
a one count on that exchange.
He's great in this joint manipulation, man. He was really able to get into the joints of my fingers and manipulate me around.
Look at all
you
of
can
these
start
counters,
to see him
counters
switching.
for counters with these pins. I'm starting to get dizzy
Look at
just
this.
watching it. Referee Tony P doesn't even know what to do. A little bit out of position, and that could have cost him the match.
Almost had him. Almost.
Look at
There's
the way
the
that Jonathan
joint.
Gresham
Look at
just
him.
lured
Baited him
Edwards
right
into
in
that
for
hole.
everything. He's got the wrist completely controlled. Nice cradle. He's got the inside hook.
He got it!
Tells you, man, he manipulates those joints to get you in a position you didn't even realize you could be in. 3 seconds.
Here's your winner,
he just
the
bested Eddie Edwards, man.
octopus, Jonathan Gresham!
Well, JT Dunn, thank you for calling the action. Something
Yeah,
tells me
thanks.
we will be seeing you and Jonathan Gresham cross paths sometime down the line. However, on April 24th at Arts at the Armory in Somerville, Massachusetts, you will be teaming with Chris Hero to take on the Hit Squad. So,
There's a match
lu-
you never thought you'd see.
good luck with your future pursuits in preparation for that match 2 weeks from today. What an incredible pleasure, again, to be able to work with Eddie Edwards again here at Women's Wrestling
He's a
Revolution,
man.
the Beyond Wrestling Showcase match.